Hi, I'm interviewing Councillor Robert Bailey from Dagenham Barking. I'm from the BNP TV. I'd like to find out what you've done for the people of your ward and residents of Barking Dagenham, please.
Well, my ward is Cllr.Robert ward, and it lies to the south. So my ward is Cllr.Robert ward, and I also work in this ward with Cllr.Doncaster, another councillor, and we've done a lot for the people in that ward since we were elected in May of last year. Now, particularly, I can mention that we've improved the access to the footbridges. We've also improved the aesthetics. We've had a lot of graffiti removed. We've also improved. We've had some success in having traffic calming measures implemented. Also, parking zones, which are going to be implemented in the future, which will make life easier for the residents of my ward, certainly. We've also campaigned for improvements along the Dagenham Heathway, which will give the residents greater access to shopping amenities. And we've also looked at improving some of the roads and some of the pavements in Barking and Dagenham. But not just that, we've also taken up the cause of housing in Cllr.Robert ward and in Barking and Dagenham in particular. Now, in Cllr.Robert ward, speaking about strictly Cllr.Robert ward, there's not enough housing in Cllr.Robert ward. There's a considerable number of families which are living overcrowded, but also in substandard accommodation. Now, what we need to do is we need to bring up that council housing, which is substandard, to a certain standard which makes it livable for families in Cllr.Robert ward. In Barking and Dagenham, we've campaigned for more money to be spent on council housing, which would improve the housing stock in general. But we've also highlighted the issue of, they asked me what am I doing about the housing situation. So I've dealt with a lot of housing inquiries. A lot of this has been based around overcrowding, substandard council housing. And I feel that I've certainly helped these people understand the situation better, but also I've contributed to some of them moving into better houses, more appropriate housing. But also I've been approached in regard to the amount of traffic problems. And I've dealt with a number of issues regarding traffic, but I've also dealt with a certain amount of inquiries regarding antisocial behaviour, the environment within Cllr.Robert ward. We've certainly had some success cleaning up a lot of graffiti, making Cllr.Robert ward more tidy, more clean, and we've also managed to improve security for elderly people by having the situation looked at in regard to fencing, secure fencing, but also housing.
Okay.
So I've been approached by a number of disabled people, and I've helped them through my inquiries get in touch with the right departments to make representations to the council for improved access to their housing, and also extra facilities where there's previously been none at all. And this includes, handrails, ramps, but also improved bathing facilities for these people who have some form of disability. So the group in Barking and Dagenham is a strong and thriving group. We're constantly attracting new enquirers and converting those people into members. We have regular meetings, we have regular leafleting sessions, and we also have a busy social life. And coming up to the Christmas period, we've had a number of parties, and we've been involved in a number of parties with also other branches in and around London. This helps improve the camaraderie of our group, but it also improves the camaraderie of the London group, which I feel is moving from strength to strength. So we have tried to encourage as part of our functioning position and our group is to encourage more people to take an interest in politics in Barking and Dagenham, and this includes getting people to attend the assembly, writing letters to the press, but also holding protests. Now, we've had a number of successes here, where there's greater coverage in the local papers of what goes on in the assemblies, and from time to time people have been invited through the press to attend the assemblies and see what goes on there.
Where are these assemblies, please?
So these assemblies take place at Barking Town Hall, which is in the centre of Barking Town Centre. Now, in the past we've had good attendances, and I honestly feel that a lot of people that have attended have come away impressed by what the Barking and Dagenham group of the British National Party is doing for the residents of Barking and Dagenham. We now have a strong opposition to the Labour Council. So we encourage as many people to take an interest in the politics of Barking and Dagenham, because we honestly feel that we're breaking new ground here. We're actually trying to get as many people as possible to take an interest from the grassroots level in what's going on in their communities, because if people want to improve things within their communities, they have to see what their representatives are doing on their behalf. Not only that, they need to support their representatives. It's not just a question of voting. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to encourage people to take an interest in what's happening back in Dagenham. So assembly meetings are held regularly on a Wednesday, usually once a month. And what we like to do is encourage as many people as possible to come and see what we're doing at the assembly in Barking Town Centre, which takes place the first Wednesday in the month. The venue is Barking Town Centre in the Town Hall.